Oh my God, you guys, you won't believe what we're about to dive into. This is not just any ordinary video. This is a journey into the unknown, the bizarre, and the downright mind-bending. Imagine everything you thought you knew about the world being turned upside down. That's what we're talking about here. Okay, so, get ready for this video because it's going to be wild. We're not just scratching the surface here, we're going deep. We're talking about theories that will make you question reality itself. Have you ever wondered if there's more to the world than what meets the eye? Well, you're about to find out. We're talking about conspiracy theories, the kind that make you go, wait, what? From the most popular ones to the obscure theories that only a few have heard of. We're diving into the rabbit hole of hidden truths and secret agendas. And not just the ones everyone knows about, like, oh, is the Earth flat? No, we're going beyond that. We're exploring theories that challenge the very fabric of our understanding. What if the history we've been taught is a lie? What if there are forces at play that we can't even comprehend? No, we're going deeper, way deeper, into the realms of the unknown where the lines between reality and fiction blur. Imagine walking down a dark, winding path in a forest, not knowing what you'll find at the end. That's the kind of journey we're embarking on, the kind of stuff that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about the world. It's like peeling back the layers of an onion, only to find more layers underneath. Each revelation leads to more questions, more mysteries, and more intrigue. Trust me, some of this stuff I'd never even heard before, and it's messed me up, seriously messed up. It's the kind of information that makes you sit back and rethink everything. You start to see the world in a different light, and it's both terrifying and exhilarating. We're talking about secret societies, government cover-ups, aliens, the whole shebang. Imagine a world where nothing is as it seems, where the truth is hidden behind layers of deception. It's like living in a real-life thriller, where every corner you turn reveals a new twist. It's like one giant rabbit hole, and once you go down it, there's no coming back. You start to see connections where you never saw them before. You begin to question the motives behind every major event, every piece of news, every historical fact. So buckle up, grab your tinfoil hats. Just kidding, and get ready to have your mind blown. You've been warned. This is not for the faint of heart, it's for those who dare to question, to explore, to seek the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. I'm genuinely scared to even talk about some of this stuff, but it's also so fascinating. It's the kind of fear that comes with the unknown, with stepping into uncharted territory, but it's also the thrill of discovery, of uncovering secrets that have been hidden for so long. It's how can you not want to know more? How can you not be curious about the mysteries that surround us? It's human nature to seek answers, to understand the world we live in. And that's exactly what we're doing here. What if it's all true? What if the theories we've dismissed as crazy are actually based on real events, real evidence? What if the world is far more complex and mysterious than we ever imagined? What if everything we've been told is a lie? What if the history books, the news reports, the official narratives are all part of a grand deception? It's a lot to take in, but it's also incredibly intriguing. I know it's a lot to process. It's like trying to piece together a giant puzzle where some of the pieces are missing and others don't seem to fit, but that's what makes it so fascinating. The challenge of uncovering the truth, of seeing the bigger picture. But that's what we're here for, to explore the unknown, to ask the tough questions, to challenge the status quo. We're not here to accept things at face value. We're here to dig deeper, to uncover the hidden layers, to seek the truth, to explore the unknown, to ask the tough questions, to maybe even uncover some hidden truths. It's a journey of discovery, of curiosity, of pushing the boundaries of what we know, and who knows what we'll find along the way, or, just freak ourselves out completely. Because let's be honest, some of this stuff is downright scary. It's the kind of fear that comes with the unknown, with stepping into uncharted territory, but it's also the thrill of discovery, of uncovering secrets that have been hidden for so long. Either way, it's going to be a wild ride. So hold on tight, keep an open mind, and get ready to dive into the rabbit hole, because once you start, there's no turning back. Welcome to the journey of a lifetime. Let's get started. Okay, so let's start with a classic, the moon landing. Did it happen? Didn't it happen? This question has been a topic of heated debate for decades. On one side, we have the official narrative, backed by NASA and countless scientists, engineers, and historians. On the other side, we have the skeptics, the conspiracy theorists who believe that the moon landing was an elaborate hoax, a piece of Cold War propaganda designed to assert American dominance in the space race. I mean, we've all seen the footage, right? Neil Armstrong taking those first steps on the moon, planting the American flag. It's iconic, etched into our collective memory. The grainy black and white images, the crackling audio of Armstrong's famous words. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. It's like a defining moment in human history, a testament to human ingenuity and perseverance. But what if it was all fake, like a giant hoax staged by the government? This idea isn't as fringe as you might think. In fact, a significant number of people believe that the moon landing was a carefully orchestrated piece of theater designed to fool the world. They argue that the United States, desperate to beat the Soviet Union in the space race, resorted to deception, and they point to a number of anomalies in the moon landing footage and photographs as evidence. I know, it sounds crazy, but hear me out. There are all these weird things about the moon landing that just don't add up. For instance, the flag waving in the wind, but there's no wind on the moon. How could that be? Some say it's because the flag was manipulated on a soundstage where air currents could cause it to flutter. And then there's the issue of the shadows in the photos. They're all messed up. On the moon, with only one light source, the sun, shadows should be parallel. But in many of the moon landing photos, the shadows are at odd angles, suggesting multiple light sources. This has led some to believe that the photos were taken on a film set, with studio lighting creating the inconsistent shadows. Plus, where are all the stars in the background? It's like they just forgot to put them in or something. The moon has no atmosphere, so the stars should be incredibly visible, right? Yet, in the photos and videos from the moon landing, the sky is pitch black, devoid of stars. Some argue that this is because the photos were taken on Earth, where the stars would be less visible due to light pollution and atmospheric interference. And don't even get me started on the Van Allen radiation belts. Basically, there's this super dangerous radiation surrounding Earth, and some people say there's no way astronauts could have survived going through it. The Van Allen belts are zones of charged particles trapped by Earth's magnetic field, and they pose a significant radiation hazard. Skeptics argue that the technology of the 1960s wasn't advanced enough to protect astronauts from this radiation, suggesting that the moon landing was faked to avoid this deadly obstacle, like their spacesuits weren't strong enough, so did they even go through it? Or was the whole thing just filmed on a soundstage somewhere, maybe by Stanley Kubrick? This theory gained traction with the release of the film 2001: A Space Odyssey, directed by Kubrick. The film's realistic depiction of space travel led some to speculate that Kubrick was hired by NASA to direct the moon landing footage, using his expertise in special effects to create a convincing illusion. I mean, I don't know what to believe. Part of me wants to believe that we went to the moon. It's like this amazing achievement for humanity. But then there's this other part of me that's like, wait a minute, something's not right here. The moon landing represents a pinnacle of human achievement, a moment when we transcended our earthly bounds and set foot on another world. But the doubts and questions linger, fueled by inconsistencies and anomalies that continue to spark debate. So what do we do with all this information? Do we dismiss the skeptics as paranoid conspiracy theorists, or do we take a closer look at their claims? It's important to approach this topic with an open mind, considering all the evidence before drawing conclusions. The moon landing debate is a fascinating example of how history, science, and skepticism intersect, challenging us to think critically about what we accept as truth. Whether you believe the moon landing was real or faked, the discussion itself is a testament to our curiosity and our desire to understand the world around us. Let's delve deeper into some of the most compelling arguments from both sides. For instance, proponents of the moon landing point to the sheer number of people involved in the Apollo program. Over 400,000 engineers, scientists, and technicians worked on the project. Could such a massive conspiracy really be kept secret for so long? The logistics of faking the moon landing would have been incredibly complex, requiring the cooperation and silence of thousands of individuals. Additionally, there are the moon rocks. NASA brought back 382 kilograms of lunar material, which has been studied by scientists around the world. These rocks have unique properties that are consistent with their origin on the moon and they provide tangible evidence of the moon landing. Skeptics argue that these rocks could have been fabricated or obtained through other means, but the scientific consensus supports their authenticity. On the other hand, skeptics often cite the lack of recent moon missions as evidence of a cover-up. They argue that if we really went to the moon in the 1960s, why haven't we returned? The answer, according to NASA, is that the focus shifted to other priorities, such as the Space Shuttle program and the International Space Station. However, plans for future moon missions, including NASA's Artemis program, aim to return humans to the lunar surface in the coming years. Another point of contention is the technology of the time. Skeptics argue that the computers and technology available in the 1960s were too primitive to achieve a successful moon landing. However, proponents counter that while the technology was indeed less advanced than today's, it was sufficient for the task. The Apollo guidance computer, for example, was a marvel of engineering, capable of performing the necessary calculations for navigation and control. And then there's the human element. The astronauts themselves, including Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins, have consistently affirmed the reality of the moon landing. Their testimonies, along with the detailed accounts of their experiences, provide a compelling narrative that supports the official story. The psychological and physical challenges they faced, as well as their training and preparation, add credibility to their claims. Ultimately, the moon landing debate is a complex and multifaceted issue. It touches on themes of trust, authority, and the nature of evidence. While the majority of experts and historians support the authenticity of the moon landing, the questions raised by skeptics serve as a reminder of the importance of critical thinking and skepticism. Whether you believe in the moon landing or not, the discussion itself is a valuable exercise in examining how we understand and interpret history. So as we continue to explore the mysteries of space and push the boundaries of human knowledge, let's keep asking questions and seeking answers. The moon landing, whether real or imagined, remains a powerful symbol of human aspiration and the quest for discovery. And who knows, maybe one day we'll return to the moon and settle the debate once and for all. Okay, so let's move on to something even creepier, the Illuminati. This secret society has been the subject of countless conspiracy theories, books, and movies. The very mention of the Illuminati conjures up images of shadowy figures pulling the strings of world events from behind the scenes. But what is the Illuminati, really? And why does it captivate our imagination so much? You know, that super secret society that supposedly controls the world from the shadows. Yeah, those guys. The Illuminati is often depicted as a clandestine group of elites who manipulate global events to maintain their power and influence. Some say they are the puppet masters behind governments, corporations, and even the entertainment industry. But where did this idea come from, and is there any truth to it? Now, I'm not saying I believe in this stuff, but there are definitely some weird coincidences out there. For instance, the origins of the Illuminati can be traced back to the Bavarian Illuminati, a secret society founded in 1776 by Adam Weishaupt. This group aimed to promote Enlightenment ideals and oppose religious and political oppression. However, it was disbanded by the Bavarian government in the late 1780s. Despite its short existence, the legend of the Illuminati lived on, evolving into the modern-day conspiracy theories we know today. Like, have you ever noticed how often the Illuminati symbol, the eye in the pyramid, pops up in pop culture? This symbol, also known as the Eye of Providence, has been associated with the Illuminati for centuries. It's said to represent the all-seeing eye of a higher power watching over humanity. But why does it appear so frequently in our everyday lives? I'm talking music videos, movies, even on money, like it's everywhere. The Eye of Providence can be found on the Great Seal of the United States, which appears on the back of the $1 bill. Some believe this is evidence of the Illuminati's influence on the founding of America. Others argue that it's simply a symbol of divine guidance and protection. Regardless of its true meaning, the symbol's ubiquity has fueled countless conspiracy theories, and some people believe that this is the Illuminati's way of subtly controlling our minds. They argue that the constant presence of the symbol in media and pop culture is a form of subliminal messaging, conditioning us to accept the Illuminati's influence without question. This idea of mind control and manipulation is a common theme in conspiracy theories, But is there any basis for it? They're basically saying, we're here, we're watching you, and there's nothing you can do about it. This sense of being constantly monitored and controlled can be unsettling, to say the least. It's no wonder that the idea of the Illuminati has persisted for so long, but is there any real evidence to support these claims, or is it all just paranoia? And then there are all these celebrities who people think are part of the Illuminati. The idea that famous individuals are members of this secret society has become a staple of modern conspiracy theories. But why do people believe this? And what do these celebrities supposedly gain from their involvement? Like Beyoncé, Jay-Z, Taylor Swift, even Kanye. These artists are often accused of using Illuminati symbolism in their performances and music videos. From hand gestures to lyrics, conspiracy theorists claim that these celebrities are sending hidden messages to their fans. But is there any truth to these allegations, or are they simply a product of overactive imaginations? They say that these celebrities sell their souls to the Illuminati in exchange for fame and fortune. This idea of making a pact with a secret society in return for success is reminiscent of the classic deal with the devil trope. But is it really possible that these individuals have made such a bargain? Or is it just a way to explain their meteoric rise to stardom, and in return they have to promote the Illuminati's agenda through their music and their art? This notion suggests that these celebrities are not just entertainers, but also agents of a larger, more sinister plan. But what exactly is this agenda, and how are they supposedly carrying it out? I mean, it sounds crazy, right? The idea that a secret society could have such a pervasive influence on our culture and our lives seems far-fetched, but then again, history is full of examples of powerful groups working behind the scenes to shape events. So is it really that impossible? But then again, is it really that far-fetched? Consider the power and influence that celebrities wield in today's society. They have the ability to shape public opinion, set trends, and even influence political decisions. Could it be that some of them are using this power to further the goals of a secret society? Think about it, these celebrities are super rich and powerful. They have access to resources and opportunities that most of us can only dream of. But with great power comes great responsibility and perhaps even greater scrutiny. Could their success be the result of something more than just talent and hard work? They have everything they could ever want. From luxurious homes to private jets, their lifestyles are the epitome of wealth and privilege. But is there a price to pay for such opulence? Could their fortunes be tied to a secret society that demands loyalty and service in return? Is it possible that they made a deal with the devil to get it? The idea of a Faustian bargain, where one trades their soul for worldly gains, is a powerful and enduring myth. But in the case of the Illuminati, it raises more questions than answers. Are these celebrities truly part of a secret society, or are they simply the victims of our collective fascination with conspiracy theories? The truth may be out there, but it's up to each of us to decide what we believe. Okay, guys, Area 51. Just saying the name gives me chills. It's like this super-secret military base in the middle of the Nevada desert, and for years people have been freaking out about what's going on there. I mean, seriously, what are they hiding? It's not like they're making cookies out there, right? The government, for the longest time, denied it even existed. Can you believe that? Come on! The secrecy just makes the whole thing 1,000 times more suspicious. They say it's just a testing ground for experimental aircraft, but I've seen the pictures, the blurry ones people manage to sneak. Those things don't look like any planes I've ever seen. And don't even get me started on the stories. People claim to have seen UFOs flying over Area 51, like actual spaceships, dude. Some even say they've encountered aliens, or at least evidence of them near the base. I mean, it's a lot to take in, I know. Part of me wants to be like, no way, that's crazy talk. But the other part of me, the part that loves a good mystery, is like, oh my God, what if it's true? November 22nd, 1963, a date etched in history. A day that changed America forever. President John F. Kennedy, young, charismatic, full of promise, gunned down in broad daylight in Dallas, Texas. The images, the newsreels, they're seared into our collective memory. The motorcade, the crowds, the shots ringing out, the chaos, the disbelief. It was like the world stopped spinning for a moment. Lee Harvey Oswald, a former Marine, was arrested for the assassination. The official story, the one we're taught in school, is that Oswald acted alone, a lone gunman with a mail-order rifle. But even back then, people had questions. Lots of them. The evidence, the timeline, the ballistics, it just didn't add up for everyone, and so began decades of speculation, investigation, and conspiracy theories. Okay, guys, buckle up because we're diving headfirst into the deep end of conspiracy theories, the New World Order. This one's a doozy. Imagine a world controlled by a single, all-powerful government. No more countries, no more borders, just one giant global elite calling the shots. That's the basic idea behind the New World Order conspiracy theory. Sounds like something out of a dystopian sci-fi movie, right? But there are people out there who genuinely believe this is the ultimate goal of powerful individuals and organizations like the Illuminati, the Bilderberg Group, and the United Nations. They believe these groups are working behind the scenes, pulling the strings, manipulating global events to usher in this new era of one world governance. Okay, you guys, so we've all looked up at the sky and seen those white trails coming out of airplanes, right? Like, who hasn't? They kind of look like clouds, but they're not. They're chemtrails, and some people believe they're not just harmless water vapor. They think these trails are actually filled with chemicals being deliberately sprayed on us by, like, the government or something. I know, right? It sounds insane, like something out of a sci-fi movie, but hear me out. There are, like, tons of theories about what these chemicals could be. Some people think it's mind control stuff, which is terrifying. Others say it's to control the weather, which is still super messed up. And some even believe it's to make us sick, which, I mean, who knows at this point? The world is a crazy place. The whole thing is just so creepy and weird, and I can't believe this is something people actually believe. But, like, why else would they be spraying us with stuff? It makes you think, you know? Okay, you guys, this next one is wild. Like, next level conspiracy theory stuff. Brace yourselves, we're talking about the flat earth theory. Yes, you heard me right. Some people actually believe the earth is flat. I know, it sounds crazy, but they're serious. They think our whole lives are a lie and that we've been tricked into believing the earth is a globe. Like, think about it. Haven't you ever looked out at the horizon and thought, that doesn't really look curved to me? I have. And if the earth is really spinning through space, how come we don't feel it? It's like, those are valid questions, right? But then again, I've also seen pictures of Earth from space, and it definitely looks round in those. So I don't know, you guys, this one really makes my head spin. Okay, guys, have you ever been to the Denver airport? I've never been there myself, but I've heard some seriously creepy stuff about it. Like, it's supposed to be one of the most haunted airports in the world, and there are all these conspiracy theories about it being like a secret Illuminati headquarters or something. I know, it sounds insane, but the more you hear about it, the weirder it gets. First of all, the airport itself is massive, like way bigger than it needs to be. Some people say it's because there's a whole underground city beneath it where the Illuminati are hiding out. And the art in the airport is super weird and disturbing. There are these murals with like apocalyptic imagery and symbols that people say have secret meanings. It's all very cryptic and creepy. Okay, you guys, this next one is wild. Like, next level, we're talking about the reptilian elite. I know, it sounds like something straight out of a B movie, right? But hear me out, because some people really believe this stuff. So the basic idea is that there's this race of humanoid reptiles, think like lizard people, and they're secretly controlling our world. They're disguised as like politicians and celebrities blending right in. I mean, have you ever seen Mark Zuckerberg without blinking? Just saying. And these lizard people, they're not just chilling in positions of power, okay? They're apparently feeding off of our negative energy. Like, the more fear and chaos there is in the world, the stronger they get, which honestly is kind of a mood, right? Like, 2020, anyone? I mean, I'm not saying I believe it, but it does make you look twice at some people, you know? Like, have you ever been watching a politician give a speech and just gotten this weird, creepy vibe? Maybe it's just me, but maybe it's the lizard people. Okay, guys, buckle up because this next one is going to make you question everything. We're talking about the Mandela effect. And no, it's not about Nelson Mandela, although that's part of the story. So, have you ever had this really vivid memory of something like super clear, but then it turns out you're totally wrong? Like, remember those books, the Berenstain Bears, but you always thought it was spelled Berenstain Bears with an E? That's the Mandela effect. When a bunch of people have the same false memory of something, it's like our collective consciousness glitched out or something. And it gets even weirder because the Mandela effect isn't just about misspellings. It's about historical events, movie quotes, even product logos. Like, do you remember Nelson Mandela dying in prison in the 80s? Because a lot of people do, but he actually died in 2013. Freaky, right? Whoa, guys, that was a trip, right? From shape-shifting lizard people to glitches in the Matrix, we've covered some seriously wild conspiracy theories today. I mean, whether you believe them or not, you gotta admit, they're pretty entertaining to think about. So, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the notification bell and subscribe to my channel for more fun facts and historical events. And don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comments below. Which conspiracy theory shocked you the most?